See, it is so hard being someone with opinions because when you have opinions about things and you want to yap about them, you have to sort of like censor yourself around people who just won't get it. Like, I have so many opinions about so many different fan fictions. Like, I could rattle off like 20 pages of analysis about literally any fan fiction ever because like I get obsessed whenever I read one. As soon as I read one, I start analyzing like everything about it. Like, I'm crazy. But like, people are normal, right? I have a lot of normal friends who just so happen to not know anything about AO3 or fandoms or anything like that. Like, they're just like, they're casual enjoyers of things that I live and die on. Like, hills that I will probably like never leave. But yeah, I've always had just such strong opinions about everything. And it's crazy because like in fan spaces you can like gush by just saying the probably most heinous and criminal crap ever. Like, oh, hey, OP, I wanna just like devour your brain and live inside there and control every single one of your thoughts and movements to see what make you tick because I love this so much. And you know, that's normal. That is actually what I expect to see from an AO3 comment section. Sometimes even a Wattpad one, although I haven't been on there recently. And you know, it's just like that's like stuff I think. You know, that is stuff I think about stuff that I consume, about content that I consume. That is thoughts that I genuinely have sometimes, and I can never share them because I am meant to be a normal, stable, not crazy person. But I mean, I don't think I've ever been sane and / or normal. I mean, I'm sitting right now with a old college ruled notebook on my lap, a little composition one, and it's from 7th grade when we had to do one analysis a week on a different book each week, and I went a little crazy. I had so many opinions, I yapped so freaking much, and at some points I used it as like an excuse to just yap about characters I liked, because when I didn't have the time or energy to read an actual book, this is where I went. I was just like, I started yapping about like my personal feelings on scenes I already enjoyed, and you know what? I always ate that up. But it's just like, sometimes I wish I could just outright say, oh hey, this reminded me of a fanfiction I read once. Because I'm not gonna lie, I read constantly, 24/7, 365, like every single day, every single hour, every single minute of every single day of every single hour. Like, I am reading fanfiction. I'm reading something. If not fanfiction, it is a webtoon. If I'm not reading webtoons, I'm on YouTube watching like those anime summary videos because I'm also a little cuckoo bananas about those too. And it's just like, I like looking at this book on my lap with all my analysis and me just yapping. I'm like, yeah, I've always kind of been like this, haven't I? Like, wow, this is the House of Hades one that I did. Okay. I'm like, I used to write, actually, I had a fan fiction where I just wrote analysis about everything Nico D'Angelo centric. Like, he was it for me. He was my favorite character in like every fandom for a hot minute, although I did have just like a thing in general for emos and black-haired characters and people with like death aesthetics because I was a very emo teenager, and that's kind of just what you do in middle school. Pioneer. Oh, I forgot I used to read. Yeah, she used to have us read everything under the sun, including, I guess, biographies. Sight, the skin I'm in, Inside Out and Back Again. Ooh, yikes. Read a J.K. Rowling biography. Ooh, that is certainly. Oh my god, wait, let me find it. I wrote one too about this one book I read in middle school that wound up being, I think, my favorite book for like ages. Like, my entirety of middle school, it wound up being my favorite book. I read it, I loved it, I genuinely cried at parts of it, although I cried very easily. I cried at a lot of books. This was not the only one, but still. Where the hell is it? The Dogs of Winter. Oh my god, okay. Holy crap, I kinda, you forget how many books you've read when, all you've been reading is fanfiction. Jesus. I'll never be upset about reading so much fanfiction though, honestly. I mean, how can you complain about reading something that's so varied and inspiring and creative and beautiful? Like, genuinely, I have like a whole Google Docs of organized fanfiction, right? Because I've said this before, I am insane. And I have a whole Google Doc of organized fanfiction for myself, mostly because I don't really go through my bookmarks like that often. And I also just kind of enjoy making spreadsheets for some reason. Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it makes sense, but I enjoy doing it anyways. And it has fandom, it has author, it has rating, it has relationship, it has the warnings, it has status, like it's complete or not. It has links if I want to just go directly to it. And then my level of recommendation, like, let me read them all out to you. Let me pull them up. Life changing. Cannot live without. Made me cry. Must read. Just feels. Good feels. And then effing hilarious. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's very few I think will be effing hilarious one. Just because if it's genuinely just kind of funny, like my first thought's not usually, oh, I need to write this shit down. Usually it's just like oh, this shit's good. Why is that? The crackhead fix should get loved more. That's gonna be my goal. I'm gonna add more crackhead fix to this. And dude, there's so many freaking fandoms. Crossover Fix, FNAF, Atla, Alex Rider, Batman, Full Metal Alchemist, Spider-Man, Percy Jackson, Oron Host Club, Danny Phantom, How to Train Your Dragon, Harry Potter, My Hero, Detective Conan, Magic Kaido, Marvel, Tokyo Ghoul, Black Phone, ORV, MLB, Yuri on Ice. Oh, I'm not supposed to go on that one. Teen Wolf, Merlin, Death Note, It, Voltron. Oh, actually, most recently, I also added, where is it? Naruto, Skyrim, Genshin, Assassination Classroom, Star Wars, Supernatural, Kuroko no Basketball, Fantastic Beasts, Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, although I have read a few Lord of the Rings books, I'm not gonna lie, those are actually kind of good, but Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Why did I specify Breath of the Wild? I could have just did Legend of Zelda in general. I might actually go back and fix that. Attack on Titan, JJK, Mob Psycho, there's a lot of fandoms written. And I think there's over like 70, probably 80 fics in this document. And it's not great to go through on your phone. Like, I enjoy it most going through it on my laptop. But I make it work. Oh my god. Dude, I've been reading a solo leveling fic recently, which I don't know how to feel about it yet, right? Because it is a good fic. It is really good. I really like it. The thing about solo leveling is, I read it ages ago, I finished it, and then I kinda just forgot a lot about it. Like, Rex, Sung Jin-woo, darlingest main character. Loved him. I loved solo leveling. I forgot half the characters and half the plot. And I could start watching the anime now that it's out. I think it's getting a movie, actually. Like, I was going Crunchyroll earlier. I watched the first episode of Dandaran, and it was crazy, by the way. Like, I was not expecting the probe scene. Yikes. First of all, like, it is certainly a scene. The first episode, it is so good, I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely, like, I don't know how to phrase this. I really enjoyed the movement of the characters. I don't know, something about it felt very fluid and also sort of like unique, I guess. It's not like a type of like animation style I see most often, because something about the movement really speaks to you, you know? Like, it really just does. But the whole plot of the first episode kind of like I was shocked and in awe of what was displayed before me. I was shocked and in awe of what was displayed before me. You know, like I couldn't like I was in a library. I was in my school's library watching this. You know, you have to understand, I was in my school's library watching the first episode, and I had to just, I was so lucky that I was in a booth, like a closed off booth that nobody could like really peek around, and so I just angled my computer towards a corner, and oh my god, it's just, no, you don't understand, because like, they ripped off her clothes, and it's just, I felt like I was the one violated. I was shocked and in awe of what was displayed before me, because genuinely, I was not expecting that, because I would not have started watching it in a school library if that had been what I was expecting. Okay, but I digress. Anyways, I am right, I think. I can't find it now because I think I'm pulling it up on my phone, and for some reason, it only shows up on the freaking laptop. But yeah, there's a new freaking. Why did I forget the name of Solo Leveling immediately after I said it? Yeah, there's a Solo Leveling movie coming out. Solo Leveling Reawakening. Is this just the first couple episodes again? What is this? Over a decade after Gates connecting worlds appear, awakening hunches of superpowers, weakest hunter Sung Jin-woo encounters a double dungeon and accepts a mysterious quest. Okay, so it is essentially like the first couple episodes. Yikes. I might have to watch the trailer. I'm gonna watch it anyways. I love Solo Leveling. But yikes.